Hey guys, welcome to yet another video in the channel, and in this video we will be going to learn about projects and Codex GUI or the Codex desktop application. So projects in Codex refers to isolated workspaces where your AI coding agent can read, edit and test your code. A project maps directly to your folder on your desk, thus keeping your tasks and AI generated files organized. So first, having learned about the project, we will be now learning on how we can set up the projects in the Codex desktop application. So the first thing that we will need to do is that if we one will be using the CLI, they can have different aspects. But since this video is entirely focused on the desktop apps, we will also learn about the isolated work trees, context anchoring, and the codex directory as well. So in order to start any particular project, you will first need to launch your codex desktop application and then click onto this project option right here. Now you have two options. The first one is start from scratch. That means to start a new directory or any particular folder under which all of your files will be kept, and the second one is to use any existing folders. So for example, if you are using if you have already created any project or folder and now you decide to integrate it with codex, you can use the second option. We'll be going with the first option as it will start from scratch. Now we will name our project. So for example, test site. Now we're gonna click on to the save option, and you can see that our project test site has been successfully created. Now in this particular project, you can pin it to the top if you have multiple projects. You can open it in Explorer. You can create permanent work tree. You can rename it. You can archive it, or you can remove it as well. Now within the test site, let us start by typing in our first chat or our first prompt for the project. So for example, let's say I let me simply type in create a simple HTML web page with the word test on it. Now I can select the reasoning as well. I'm going to select it to low, and then I have the model selection, and I also have the speed selection as well. Now for permissions, I'm going to give it the default permission, and I'm going to hit the enter button. Now you can see I have typed in the following prompt, and currently it is thinking. So it says I'll make a tiny standalone HTML file in current workspace, keeping it simple enough to open directly in a browser. And now you can see it ran the git child term force, and if you wish to see that, you can click onto this and you can see the shell command that it ran. Now it says, do you want to make changes? You're gonna allow the yes option. Now you can see that it is creating the index.html site, and it has done, and it has created the site. Now you can open it in the codex browser by clicking here, and once that launches, you can see the same as well. You can also see all of the languages that it has typed, and you can also see the file in your explorer as well. So also you can set up an agent sandbox option as well. So you can set up the agent sandbox if you wish to. Now from here you can also review the changes as well. I'm trying in the codex browser but could not open it for some reason. I think I'll need to debug that. Now apart from that, in this particular project, you can also create permanent work tree. So we will do some of the options right from here. So if you want to pin it, you can pin it using this pin option. You can open it in Explorer and you can see the index file here, and you can see this is the HTML page that Codex has created. Now moving back and back again, we have more options to explore, like the create permanent work tree. So if you click onto this, you can see that it will create a new git work tree from head, add it as a project, or keep it until you remove it. You can click onto this create option, and it says work tree setup failed because git work tree failed, invalid reference head. So that is because git might not be installed into this particular environment, which you will need to make sure that you do before trying this. You can rename this as well by clicking onto the rename option. So if let's say I will rename it, you can see that it is successfully renamed. I can archive the chats within this project as well. So in this particular project you can see this chat, and if I wish I can also create more chat as well. So this is one of the chats in the project. Let me also start a new chat. So for example, I'll simply open it, and I can see this is the particular chat in here. So let me start a new chat as well, and from here I can simply determine the project. So I will do to this project, and here I will reference the same HTML file. So for example, change the color of the text in the HTML page to blue, and I'll give it the prompt. As you can see, this is a separate chat, but it will refer to the HTML page that we created in the previous chat, and we will be opening the same index.html to find the color blue. I'll just simply allow it to make changes, and you can see that the changes have been done. Now I will move back to the same directory, simply refresh it and open the index file, and you can see that the test color has been successfully changed as compared to the previous one, which if I will refresh will turn blue as well, as they both are the same. So this is the power of projects, where you can link these chats together, and both of these chats or many of these chats work together as a single project chat, and you can not lose the context between them, and it is easier to work on a single project. So that was all for this tutorial. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.